Hello, welcome. I'm author and coach. I'm a mom survivor, Grace Rolson. I have several books for moms who are required to co parent with a narcissist or stuck in high conflict custody battles. If this is you, you are not alone. I survived a 12-year legal battle. I now have peace and protection and cooperation with my narcissistic ex after enduring 12 years of post separation abuse and that legal abuse and battle. I lost my rights. Then I had to chip away, win them back until we ended up in a truce. And I learned skillful means, and that is what got me out of the war. So, this is my newest book here, Wisdom for Ending the Co Parenting War and the Custody Battle with a Narcissist. I want to talk to you today about the number one reason to not try to beat the narcissist, but rather use skillful means. And I say be careful of the word win because winning isn't everything. And once you hear what the narcissists do after mothers win full custody in family court, there's such things, of all the things I've seen coaching moms in over a decade. I mean, they have IRS trouble because they've been falsely accused of lying on taxes. So, if we can get the word win out of our vocabulary, that can be very, very helpful because a narcissist doesn't want to lose and the narcissist loves to win. So, just a full disclaimer, I'm not a therapist or court professional. I'm not a lawyer. This isn't direct advice. You can pause this, read my full disclaimer in the link below. This is my shared survivor wisdom. Take what's helpful and leave the rest. So, winning isn't everything when it comes to co parenting and custody battles with a narcissist. And what's the number one reason to not beat the narcissist? Possible retaliation. So think about narcissists as the personality disorder it is. They are pathologically jealous. They do retaliate. They do seek revenge. They are vengeful. And they will do things that people with a conscience will not do. They don't just walk away and crawl under a rock. Many of them plot and plan the revenge. Unless they've got skeletons in the closet, they're locked up in jail, they're on the run from something else. I have seen moms win in family court full custody only to have the narcissist make their life a living hell after they won full custody. So, same thing happened to me. The first rounds of family court, I was winning, and he was just finding the dirtiest lawyer to pummel me the next time in family court. And she kept the battle going. She was there for the billable hour, and he was there trying to rebuild his broken, fragile ego after the losses in his rounds of family court. So then, once he won a bunch, that empowered him to feel like, okay, he can use family court to beat me. And then the legal abuse began. So if you want to stop all that and you want to learn a different way, I teach the use of skillful means. So if you're looking to get advice, make sure you're checking it against your own intuition, your own wisdom. I've seen moms win full custody and the narcissist stalks them, puts their lives in danger, puts if you've read the news, you'll see what happens when the mom wins full custody and the dad gets a weekend supervised visit or a weekend visit or visits with a third party watching them. There are horror stories out there when the narcissist feels like they can't win in the family court, then some of them take matters into their own hands. So you want to work with survivor wisdom. You want to know that winning isn't everything. We don't prioritize winning. If we're working with wisdom, we prioritize our safety, child safety, and we understand our ex is a personality disordered person. So that person has to be handled gently. They get triggered just as we get triggered into trauma responses and PTSD. They have been rejected. They don't fit in. They lose a lot out there. And so, any smell of loss, any more bruises to their fragile ego, that can really set them over the edge. So, That's why one of my books really does talk about just surviving. Just focus on surviving if you need to be in survival mode. So I want to encourage you, moms out there who have lost things in family court, that losing isn't everything either. So, one of the rounds of family court, I did lose some. I lost some things, but it was almost like a necessary loss. So one of the things my second lawyer told me was that a judge did his job, and the way a judge knows he did his job is if neither party is happy with the court order, because they want to see parties, parents mediating and coming up with an agreement in a four-way before a trial, and coming up with their own agreement. To put the whole thing in the judge's hands means that he can't make either one of them happy. And if he or she doesn't make either one of them happy, perhaps they won't use court next time. So I don't know that that's true in your case, your country, your state, or with your judge. But in our case, my lawyer advised me that the judge knows that he did a good job when neither party's happy with the court order. And yes, it's a very smart move to get a law ordered, everything in black and white. Use my 20 wants list to lead your lawyer and really ask for things to have an offense, not just a defense, if the narcissist is constantly bringing you into court. But just know that his winning isn't everything. Your winning isn't everything. At one point, I had to tell the narcissist, because he thought winning was everything. He thought he won and it was the end of the story. But I wasn't going to go away. I wasn't going to give up on my case or my child or my rights. I let him know that what the judge gives, the judge can take away. And I said that a few times as a reality check, um, and didn't say it directly to him. So I never put myself, once I started using skillful means, I never positioned myself as the narcissist's enemy to destroy or the target of blame anymore. I pass that off. And narcissists are chronic complainers, toxic blamers. They need someone to blame. So I realized it couldn't be me because I wasn't going to get cooperation. But if he can get consequences from someone else, the courts, the judge, have no foul laws and rules that our state put in, then he could be mad at somebody else. And that way we could have a co-parenting relationship that's peaceful. So I want what I have for me, for all of you moms listening. I have the majority of the parenting time. I have cooperation. I've got my legal rights restored. I have a child that's thriving. I have a child with a phone that can call me at any time. I have court ordered parenting calls. I have weekly child support that is paid every week, and it's a considerable amount. It's not the bare minimum. I have a lawyer to call if something comes up. I have custody coaches, parenting coaches. I have support. I used a DV counselor for 6 years. And now we have an agreement that is, he believes is fair, so he doesn't need to keep going back. I can take our child on his time, no problem. Call our child on his time, no problem. So I want that for you, for the moms that are having to coexist with their ex who is a narcissist. There are situations and cases where moms can get full custody and the narcissist runs away, goes away. Um, those aren't all the cases. I just am here for the mom who has to work this middle way where they can't just leave their kids or don't want to leave their kids, and they can't just fight in family court to exhaustion and financial devastation to get sole custody. They need to learn to share, to coexist with a personality disordered person who is highly triggered, won't cooperate. That's the mom that I'm here to, help them save their sanity, safeguard their custody case, and let their child enjoy their one and only childhood out of the war zone, without paper bullets, without the nastiness. I remember the few times after we called this truce, after I started using skillful means for a year, our daughter was walking between us, and she hadn't walked between us on the way back from a practice. And she told me after that felt so good. She had her dad to the right and her mom to the left, and she knows about her dad as a teen. She actually tells me how to deal with her dad. She deals with him better than I deal with him at this point. She learned her own coping strategies, and of course she got support. She's had the same family therapist, a male therapist, for over 10 years, coaches. I installed those buffers and boundaries and safeguards and people that can advocate for her when it was the narcissist pushing against anything I wanted, was going to oppose anything. So I installed those ahead of time, knowing that my ex would be a problem in certain areas. So I was 5 steps ahead of the narcissist. And you can be a few steps ahead. You can sit down with a strategist. You can learn to document strategically so you're not documenting everything to exhaustion and overwhelm. Not all your evidence will reach the judge, and the judge won't care about all your evidence. So it's really important that we stay focused on our health, our wellness, our healing, our child's needs, and we document what we need strategically, and maybe we log other things. So I talk about being very strategic in our approach to a custody battle. And please know that we want to change what the word win means. If we go to sleep at night and we get sleep and we're doing everything we can, if our child is alive and healthy, some of those are the big wins, that we have our health. I mean, I've seen moms fight in family court till their health is gone, till they've got stage 4 cancer. They have immune disorders. And I'm speaking from experience. I went the wrong way in the beginning when I was like, oh, I've got to win this to save my child. I've got to win this custody battle. And I had the win and the annihilate. But that beat, defeat, destroy mentality, it's really toxic. And it was like having poison in me. So, thinking about a path of peace, cooperation, building goodwill, being civil, um, showing respect, whatever I could respect, being courteous and kind, and that golden rule still applies. Do to others what you'd want done to you. That still applies here for building this path of peace using skillful means, non-resistance, non-attachment. Those are all skills I learned in nonviolent communication and through Buddhist meditation and other teachings, where I gathered all this wisdom up, this ancient wisdom, and said, can this apply to what I'm in? I want to get out of the battle for my health. And I did. And I want this peace and this cooperation we have today. I had to parallel parent for many years. I'm not saying that's not a good idea. I'm not saying that going to court and filing motions and contempts isn't a good idea. I did that. But I found that, sometimes peace is only found on the other side of that war, meaning we get a lawyer and we, have the lawyer stand up for our rights, not us standing up to the narcissist, because that creates that enemy mentality. We don't want that in their mind or in our minds. We want to be petitioning for our rights or requesting accommodations for the child. There's a whole mindset shift when you read my books. And I have 5 books for moms. I went through it. If you are ready and willing to learn and do the work, I am here to teach, coach, and mentor. My background is loving and leaving an alcoholic who I was with for 15 years. And then I went on to try to co-parent with my narcissistic ex, and it felt like insanity. So I have the 7 rules, self rules to stay sane, and then how to fight in a narcissist in family court and win. And look at that win word. I immediately start talking about, be careful of the word win. We don't want that winner losers. We want, if we're going to use the word win, it would be a win-win situation. And that's some of the words that I use to diffuse, de-escalate, disarm, to neutralize the narcissist and navigate around. So just think about that. The energy to beat, defeat, annihilate, destroy. Those words go out if you're going to start using skillful means. And the words neutralize, disarm, navigate around, de escalate, all of those words come in which can lead to a path of peace. So learn all you can because knowledge is power. Pick up my new book full of my best tips. It's Wisdom for Ending the Co-Parenting War and a Custody Battle with a Narcissist, so you can heal and be able to help your child. It's on Amazon. All of my books are on Amazon. You can support me as a self-published author. I say learn, heal, and outgrow the narcissist. This is Grace Rolson. Come visit my website, www.graceroldson.com, GraceWroldson.com. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.